Hello guys, gals, and everyone in between. My name is Jordan, aka Nawanator, and we are back with more Beginner's Guide. Last time we left off on Porn Stars Die 2, or Chapter 9, The Escape. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with this level quite yet. Looks like there might be a door here. Oh, so well, it looks like I'm in prison, and now I'm going downstairs. And the narrator is surprisingly quiet, which he has not been for a majority of this game. So, kind of strange. A little different. Are we back to the now entering?
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway.
Not at all.
Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's going to start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh. Well, the furniture's gone. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about a TV with surrounds? Let's see. I'd like a giant hole in the ground. That is not a giant hole in the ground. Okay, now what about along the wall? Let's see. I'd like a huge picture of a horse. They're not even listening to me. That's totally rude. I think we should light it up in this room. Yeah. A skylight. I want a skylight, and I know it's not gonna be a skylight. What if I stand on it? Oh, it's there. It's just not rendered or whatever. And a table. You need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? Oh, that's where the lamp went. Doesn't really care about what I have to say. Oh wow, everything's just opening up.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Oh. He's got plenty of couches and tables and
So
lamps to spare.
He throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
I'm outside, right? Hello, please walk forward. Wow, it looks a lot nicer. This guide will enable you to escape the prison. Follow the instructions carefully and take care. You remember this? First, click on the table. That's not a table. This is a table. Okay, maybe I'll click on this table. And it's gone. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. I can do this. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and then turn it back on again. Wow. This is, oh wait. Where's my instructions? Oh, okay. Now turn it, oh, and then turn it back off again. Ha! That sucked. I can't even follow simple instructions. Now go to the left side of the sofa, move it over a little. The left side. Is it this one? This? Finally touch the shelves. Gotcha. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start and to be taken back to prison. Why do I want to be taken back to prison? I just got out of this thing! Return. I'm not going back. You can't make me.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh, that's very true.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
Let me just blink you real quick for a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work.
Yeah, he feels
and
like
for
he's
what?
in a prison.
Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Huh. Okay. So he just went for something completely different with the prison. I like the nice ambiance. Going for that lamp again. He really likes that lamp. Oh, am I gonna Superman this in the phone booth? Am I stuck in the phone booth now? Hello. Who is this? Who is this? Who answers the phone? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. Oh, you escaped. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze. I was in
It's
the
a
escape
conversation.
tutorial. Yes.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone,
he's going
to
through
share what's
each
on his
prison
mind,
in turn.
and to get some good
That's where
advice
I am
from
right
someone
now.
who
Oh,
knows.
I'm glad to know that I get out of
But
it.
the irony is that even in this
like
scenario,
to
you're
escape.
still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
It's kind of strange, but in a way I kind of missed it. Let's pick that one. Why? Was there anything good about that you felt good about? Oh. Was there anything about it that you felt good about? Being here sucked. True, maybe I only like things once I don't have them anymore. That might be it. I do that too, I guess. But is that just how I'm going to be forever? I'd really like to change that. Maybe. No, I think you'll find a way to change. Yeah. People can change. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? Yes, that's how I escaped. I like the loop, the time loop thing. What did they tell you? What did you have to do to get out? To be sincere, all they told me. You just talked to me for a while. Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. What? That freed you? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Have faith! Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a bit. Will you be here? I'll be here for as long as you need. I mean, I'm there right now, technically.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay.
But how do you know
Wouldn't
it's
that
you?
be nice?
It could be someone saying it's you. Gosh, I think there was a TV show that they tried
So
to
what would it
convince-
look like if Coda wanted to make a
him from
game
the
about
future.
talking to someone other than himself?
Alright. Is that the same, like...
To me, this
Furniture
environment
area?
is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Which door should I go through? I like this door. I'm gonna go for this door. I'm just gonna skip that. If it'll allow me to.
Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Oh, fine. Ruin my plans, don't you? I mean, at least it told me. That's nice of the guy. Oh, it's these guys again. Hello, Cubehead. Clean. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might have cleaning this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows how lonesome.
You'll notice
lonesome
that the
hands
quality
make
of the art is a
lousy
step
homes.
up from previous games,
Don't worry about
including
me.
this
Place
new
this
and
nice.
improved
I'll be
chat
glad to
system,
stay
which
here
he
all
started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work.
Now you
And this
just
particular
might be
game
getting a
took 2
little ahead of
months to
yourself,
create
no?
as a
Why don't we
result.
start cleaning and then you decide whether you can do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Clear the table. Yeah, it definitely, like, it's gone up in quality. For sure. Now, would you run into the bedroom and make the bed? Oh, I can do that. That's the thing I can do. That is one of my skills. Oh, look at how good I am. While you're in there, why don't you straighten the carpet? Oh, that's easy. Ah, do you enjoy being a house cleaner? What? House cleaner, keeper. Blah. How do you end up with this job? It's been a long time since I've been in the house this messy. We'll just ask him how it is. feel like kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems. Which I guess it was all about all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa? It helps your soul and helps your house. That's a good thing. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over the couch. How dare you? Maybe mop up as long as you're over there? I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Never go halfway. You gotta go plus ultra. No. No, stupid, sorry. Like that. Oh, shut up, updates. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? I can do that. Let me pause for a second and get rid of this. Not 100% that even showed up. I'm not even 100% that showed up. But anyway. I washed the dishes. Hey, these are last I checked the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it? No need to be perfect. We are all just human. Are we? You have a blocker ahead. I don't actually know that. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? No, I was in the bedroom earlier. You could have just asked me to do all of it. I'm sure doing a lot of work for this guy. Now then, how about come and clear these dishes?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside.
Do these chores ever end?
And eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Let me tell you something. They never end. You got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you? Present you wants to smooth the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not.
I know that Coda really liked this game.
Hey,
of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
I was going to say, it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Heh. Don't know why I felt so weird about that. I get it, that's a weird... no. But there's a bit of truth in it. No, we don't want to be mean to him. And I kind of like that. So it makes sense, you know. Loser. So, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. I cleaned up the books for the last time. Who keeps getting... There's only two of us, and I'm cleaning. It means you are messing up the books, Julio. Thanks. Oh goodness, those pillows on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Question.
But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Yeah. That makes sense. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Words to live by there. And we're back to the lamppost!
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors,
Hello, Narnia.
Right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
You thought. Did you think wrong? Items you
this
love
one
and member
gets a
only
bit goofy.
Oh, let's talk. Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No! You're wrong! You came here to be perfect. I'm already perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. All right. Right now, who do you think about that way in your life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless? Selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. Perfection, no one likes perfection. And the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game,
Being
the
perfect is
perspective
effortless.
shifts.
Am I? Oh gosh. What the heck? This is the key. What is? Oh gosh. What is he saying? Listen.
And you play
Okay.
as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh,
Yep,
and
that
also you can
sounds
move
about
around
right.
the classroom now.
On the way to work, I told another person to start contributing to society. Oh, okay, I got it. Well, let me tell you right now, it isn't effortless. Then it's not the right answer. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. Oh, so these are things that he could say and are like his back, like his conscience saying. But you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life. You're doing it right. Not doing it right. Yeah, I actually kind of like this game better than the other ones. It's interesting. You get to see people that you might idolize as being human. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. You, I'm developing a cyst. Seek out only one thing. What is this easiest, simplest solution? Simplest path forward. Ha, just kidding. Anyway, want to do some ecstasy after this? There's no true path. Or there's no truth. There is no path. What if I'm not good? Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out! Do what is easy. Do what is simple. Feel what is true. Nothing, no one?
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Is
To,
this a conformity
assume that
thing?
some
Because
other
I just
person
started
is
pressing
perfect
the one.
and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Yeah, that might have been about conformity because like once it was telling me I couldn't say those things.
This
I
one took
started
a lot
choosing the
longer
ones I
than all
wanted
the
me to
others for
choose.
Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
This one kind of reminds me of Stanley Parable, like oh. All right, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. What am I doing there if it's a gathering of professionals? Oh, I gotta start by leaning against the wall. Good, stay right there. I'm not really leaning. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals. Photographer animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on and say something. Hello. Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Here are all my hopes and dreams. Love me. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved. Gosh dang, I suck at reading apparently. But I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent people nearby. Now talk to her again and do it right. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've made? You're messing it all up again. You'll figure out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this, and you're failing. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay. Oh. That lamppost once again. this back far enough? The prison! No! He got me. He did. There was never any play. Okay, where am I supposed to go? Is this another one where I just sit here for a few minutes? Oh, okay. I thought the lamppost disappeared for a second. I was like, oh no, I'm here all alone. Okay, I'm just gonna keep walking this way into the darkness. Oh yes, now this
The
is
game
working.
ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety,
That's perfect.
to
Wonderful.
fears
This is
of
really
having
wonderful.
to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what
that's
leads
sad.
to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago,
You're doing
where
great.
it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looks to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. I'm gonna try it. Alright, I have no idea what's going on. Is it gonna tell me? Or is it just seeing how long I'll keep my eyes closed? Is it gonna like yell at me if I open my eyes? Gosh dang it. Oh. What's going on? Captain, what can we do? Can we do anything? Help, I'm blind!
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's
Okay.
pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
I can't see anything. What's going on? Oh, there's something. Help, I'm blind. That was a giant door. You can't see. Oh, God. What am I? Oh, he's blind, too. Oh, I'm gonna die, because, of course. Am I going to be killed by a giant door? What's going on? Let's see. Please someone talk to me. Please tell me how to solve this. Please don't let this be forever. No, I have no way. Alright, so that was the wrong answer. So I have to die and restart. So you just it's just trial and error, really. So we're gonna do what's going on. And then tell me how to solve this. I feel like it's just a very direct. Dang it, okay. I picked the wrong one again. Of course it's the last one I pick. Hello, door. I'm gonna call him Dorian Gray. Alright, what's going on? Please someone talk to me. Alright, is there something I actually need to do? Because it's not allowing me. SSS Whisper. Oh, it's another Whisper. Huh, I wonder why it's not letting me.
Alright, let me explain how you're supposed to do this.
Oh.
On either side of the room are elevators, which go up to an upper level. You have to go up, walk over to the person who's standing there, and then select dialogue option number 2.
Oh, you can't keep making these. I was just about to figure it out too. That makes me sad. Yes, that's it. That's
Like I said, I was getting
out of
concerned.
ideas. It's draining
First
me.
off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from?
Something's
But
happening.
then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but
Like he's
he
forcing
literally
himself
just
to do
can't
it.
think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Yeah, that's scary actually. Alright, so we'll go. I'm out of ideas. Keep going, keep talking. Figure out how to say the thing. I thought it was going to be easy. Let's try 3. You're doing it, it's working. Oh, sweet, I picked the right one. I'm alone, I'm stuck in it, I have to work harder. I'm gonna go with I'm alone. We're going to be okay. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Coda. Wow, that was actually a very insightful game.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking longer and longer now. Although the games are looking more like better and better, more and more better, more good. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Oh, wow. Where does this island come from? It looks nice. Is that a person? How lovely. Where? It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. Where's the person? What's wrong? You look lost. Well, I'm trying to find you. Are you up the tree? Well, man, when I try to create, I feel empty. Yeah, Coda's... Oh no, Coda's getting a lot deeper. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. I'm gonna go with number 1. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. Yes, tell me. It isn't far. What? You have to take me to it. I need to see it to know why it stopped. Coda needs help. We must help him. I can't
If the
take you
last
to
game
it,
featured
but there's
Coda
a problem.
talking explicitly about his creative
Started by a
frustrations,
difficult puzzle.
this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this.
Deal.
Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore.
Perfect.
Why? What is it for?
Come along, I'll show it to you.
Because, from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of
The only
him,
way he knows how to
this
express
was a
himself.
result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble,
Here's the puzzle. What do you
just sitting
think?
at his computer all day,
Hey, I
not really
recognize
showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Alright. Now close the door. Now press the switch on the inside. Now close the door. I don't see any switch here. Oh no. Okay, that case close the first door. Yep. Alright, what's next? Now close the first door. No. I just press the switch here. And we got it. Ah, that was so
You
simple. Yes,
can't
it was. I
talk
feel sad
yourself
that I couldn't
out of
get it.
loneliness.
I can't believe I never
It
saw
doesn't work that way. You can't be
Silly,
the
but-
one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no
wow.
movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Oh man, there's someone gasping for air in the background too. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. I mean, that can't be true. But it wasn't true. Why did the wall crumble? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. Creation's never easy. Yeah. It feels like he's lying to himself and it's hurting him.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Every time
I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Right?
This is someone I really cared about.
Patience,
and I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Yeah, man. It's kind of brutal. Yes, more. Keep going.
This is what I felt at the time.
There's no...
I don't know how else to explain it.
But
I wanted it to stop more than anything.
Incredible.
I had never felt so rotten.
And there's the prison again.
I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Yeah, dude, I could tell, dude. That
but
would
it didn't
feel
stop.
Terrible.
After finishing this
Not being
one,
able to help.
Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Sorry, my big dog is snoring right next to me. I thought it like literally rumbles the ground. The machine. Man, I'm glad to see you've arrived. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. That's what she said. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you know about the machine. It's called itself Coda. Oh. Sorry, this just makes me think of if you're a fan of comedy, Bert Kreischer has a story where he's called the machine. So I just keep thinking about that. So the machine is Coda, huh? You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
At least we finally found it. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. It's only because your creations that can make us, that any of us can make it through the day. You have to admit to people that you allowed them to suffer. Oh, dude, this is brutal. This is a brutal game. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. Man, I just feel so bad for Coda. Alright, then I will speak to them for you. Alright. Hello, press. This is gonna be brutal. My followers. It falls on me to deliver bad news. Or I have a troubling revelation. I like that one better. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its gains. Let's try the first one. Let us pay it retribution. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. That everything that the machine has created. Let's destroy everything it's created. I don't want to destroy the machine. And we're back to the stage. Alright. Oh, we have a gun? Oh, wow. That's interesting. And I'm just supposed to shoot everything? I hope I don't have to get all of this, or it's gonna take a while. Die, home of Coda. Oh wow, I can literally shoot everything. Except the stage I'm standing on.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that
He's
Code is
self-destructing?
stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people. To get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
I don't know if that's gonna help.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him?
That's
If he
gonna,
could
like,
see the
betray
difference
his
it would
trust,
make
though.
to
You
have
don't wanna
more
do that.
actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
See, man, you gotta talk to people about that kind of stuff. That could hurt them more than anything. Just being exposed in that way, like he was talking about earlier how this was like almost a way to see into his friend's brain, and now he's gonna expose this to other people. I mean, like, I guess that's what he's kind of doing with this video game right here, but we'll see. But I'm guessing Coda approved of this? I would certainly hope so. Because if he didn't, that's real jacked up, and I do not approve of that. Everyone needs to feel safe and secure in their own, with their friends and what they're comfortable with. You can't push it. I mean, there's a healthy push, but then there's, like, that's behind his back. Gosh dang. Oh, okay.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
I really am curious to see how Coda reacted to that. Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good. Like,
Yeah, that's
like
what I thought.
I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble
See,
and
with
was
that, it almost
unhappy
feels like
and maybe
he's
didn't
doing
like
it for
themselves,
himself
and
to,
I could
like, for
fix
that
it.
good feeling.
If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling.
Yeah, see, it sounds like
made
he's
me
doing
feel
it for
so
himself and not
happy.
for Coda.
So beautifully, beautifully happy.
It's gonna force Coda to stop making games, isn't it?
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made.
Oh wow!
So
we're
let's
getting
take
to
a
the
look.
end of this. The tower. All right, let's see what you got, Coda.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh, really? Oh. Okay.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, let's just do that. I don't want to spend too much time, but dang, dude, that would be rough. An invisible maze. He really didn't want anyone to get through that. He's just like, nope.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
Yeah.
Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
Yeah, he just
like
doesn't
the invisible
care.
maze,
He's like,
it's frustrating to me because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't.
so did he figure all
I
this
still
out by
don't really
himself?
understand why this is here.
That'd be brutal.
I'll put the code on the ground for you here though so that we can move on.
1, 5, 1. 617. Yeah, let's move on with. Oh shoot! No! Gosh dang it! I got a little overzealous there with the clicking. Okay, at least we got some stairs here. I am very eager to see what is here at the end. Are we in the prison again? No, there's a door.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
Yeah.
And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Alright.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
I don't think
I don't know
many
why I
people
would be.
could
It's not like
understand this game.
everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
What's this? Oh, okay.
I remember.
I thought that was
June of
just, like,
2011.
where we were gonna
I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is.
Coda seems very complex.
It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Did I miss something? Or not remember something? 3 dots.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else.
Endless,
I needed
like staircase?
to be someone other than me. But he stopped. and
no,
left.
this looks like this is.
And it felt somehow like I had failed.
Sometimes you don't need to understand something. Just be there for them.
Where did I screw up?
I could be wrong. Maybe this has a different. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Wow.
I don't think I ever told you
whether
this,
think I am making these games
but when
for
I
you.
took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for
You
something
so infected
important
my
and
personal
valuable.
space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions
And
in my work.
the people
somewhere
who
hidden
played
between
them,
my games.
they treated me like
Between games.
I was important.
There was an answer in me.
They really listened and cared about what I had to say.
Did you stop taking my
Even though I
games
was
and
showing
selling them
your
to
work, it
people
was...
against my wishes?
I
Give
felt
them
good about myself.
Something that is not yours to
Finally,
give,
for a
violating the one
moment,
boundary
while
that
I
keeps me
had
safe.
that, I liked
I knew that was
myself.
gonna happen. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Oh, the lampposts weren't his. Would
And then you
simply
stopped.
let them be what they
And I
are?
didn't have anything left to show people. I just
No,
had
around
to
you, I feel
be with
physically
myself.
ill.
And as soon as that
I
happened,
desperately,
there was
you
no
desperately
feeling at
need
all.
Something that I
nothing.
I
Less
cannot give
than
it,
nothing.
and I cannot give it to you. I literally do
What
not.
does
have it.
that mean?
Struggling to keep up with the new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than me. Yeah, I was saying, like, it sounds like he's being selfish. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I don't think
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Holy cow. Epilogue. That was extremely deep. That is... I kind of knew something like that was gonna happen. That just puts that feeling in your chest where you just you can't breathe and you just feel bad. I definitely feel worse for Coda.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. always more, more, more. It's like a disease.
Sometimes you just gotta do what's good because it's right and not because it makes you feel good.
Solution.
Yeah, man, dude, that's like, it's hard. Man, it's almost hard to speak after something like that. It's
I guess if someone
really
had
makes you
told me
think.
ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
Or
I wouldn't have
looking
told so many
so
people that he
deep
was
into
depressed.
it, like this is his outlet,
Maybe he
and you're
just
making
likes
it
making
about
prisons.
you. It's really sad.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
I don't hate him. I just think he was very misguided and had the wrong motives at the time. And some people just don't understand other people, and it's hard for them to understand those people that are so different from them, because it does seem like Coda was a very different person from the creator of this game. So it's like,
If I knew that my life depended on finding
hard to
something to
relate.
be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
And that's something Coda
Strange,
wasn't
but the thought of
motivated
not
by
being driven by
validation, like-
external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
And that's where he went wrong. He couldn't see it. And he couldn't see what it was doing to Coda. Wow. Yeah.
What now?
Because, and like most of these games, like the creator of this one really wanted, like he
I
wanted an
think I need to
ending
go.
where Coda seemed much
Man,
more about the, like,
I'm sorry, because
the journey
I know
to
that I
the
said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Is this even another game from Coda, or is this his own? Like, I don't know what the epilogue is supposed to be. Or maybe he met Coda again, and this is what he'd been working on. No idea, though. Very curious to find out. I think we're almost there, though. Alright. What is this? Oh, gotcha. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Like, I don't know. It. Yeah, man, I'm so speechless. Like, I'm just kind of lost in my thoughts with this game. It's very thought provoking. I do hope wherever Coda is, he's alright. And I do hope that the author has figured something out and has come to grips with what's wrong with him and what he needs to do to not make these same mistakes again. Okay, there's the beam. Are we gonna get beamed up again, or are we just gonna die? And I don't know if that was even a glitch, like where he got floated up. I wonder if Coda did that by himself. Like that's just one of his things. Like he knew what he was doing. He seems like a very intelligent person who knew what he was doing. I can't imagine that was a mistake. Dude, how long would it take to do that maze? Whoa. About the journey is what he feels like going through this. Like there's no end in sight. It's just, and it's what life feels like sometimes. Just going through a maze, you don't know where to go, but you're just working and working and working towards a goal. You just hope one day you can find it. And if you don't, that's okay too, because at least the journey was there. You had a good time with the journey. It's a lot how I feel like with this YouTube, to be honest. I hope it goes somewhere, and I hope that I can bring happiness to a lot of people, but if I don't, I had a good time doing it, and it's something I'm proud of.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me prove that
Project would not have been possible without the following individuals.
keep going.
Is there anything else?
But the
Okay, guys,
cave goes for
that seems to be the end.
and miles
And
miles.
what a game it was. That was fantastic. It was really
And
moving.
you're so tired.
I will look forward to hopefully playing more games with this guy. I do hope you found Coda and everything is alright. But if you guys liked today's video, which I hope you did, I enjoyed the heck out of it. Go down and hit that like button. If you want to stay tuned for more content from me, please subscribe for more games like this. And until next time, this is Nawanator signing off.